Great. Well, good afternoon or good morning if you're out on the West Coast still. This is Erin, and I'm with eOnline Data. We are a merchant processing company, and I have Ty Nunes from Nexternal Solutions here with us. And Ty was gracious enough to get together and kind of give an overview of online coupons and promotions and ways that you can use coupons to help leverage more sales and shopping cart conversion. And he's going to be speaking today. If you do have any questions or you feel like you really want to have a second listen to this broadcast, we are going to be posting a link to download the actual recording on our blog. And I'm going to give this to Ty as well, so I'm sure he's going to be able to post it up on his blog too, or you can just email him and he'll be able to give that to you. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Ty, and he's going to take it away.
All right, thanks, Erin. I appreciate the opportunity. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for taking the time to review our webinar on coupons and promotions. I hope some of the things that we address today will help you better manage your coupons and promotions, or at least provide you with some new information that will help you maximize the online sales and using these promos. Before we jump into the webinar, I'd like to just quickly introduce myself. Like Erin stated, I'm with Nexternal Solutions. I'm a senior account executive here. I've been in this industry for approximately 9 years now. If you're not familiar with Nexternal, we provide innovative e-commerce shopping cart technology to companies of all shapes and sizes. We've worked with 1- and 2-man operations, and we've worked with multi-million-dollar corporations. So this tends to give us a wide range of knowledge that we can apply to merchants of all kinds. Once again, I've been in this industry for 9 years, and I've also had my own online retail business. So I've actually been on both sides of the fence, and I've seen and tried several different types of promotions. So hopefully the information I give you today is useful. We're going to try to keep this presentation down about 30 or 45 minutes. I do have quite a few slides to get through. I'm going to give you some visual representation after the fact. If you need to see any of this in action, or if you'd like to get a first-hand demonstration on how some of it works, just I'll provide my contact information. You'll be able to get a hold of me, and I'd be more than happy to go through it again. So let's go ahead and jump in. This will just give you an overview of what we're going to talk about today, this first slide here. We're going to go over some of the popular coupon strategies first. So what are people doing to generate traffic to their websites, and what are they doing to help increase the conversion rates on their coupon strategies? We're then going to talk about some new strategies. So we're going to address some things like social networking and some of the other strategies that merchants might be using to help their campaigns. We'll then go ahead and briefly talk about search engine optimization in coupons. This is something that a lot of merchants tend to overlook, but there are some strategies there for that as well. And then lastly, we'll talk about some of the common mistakes. So what are merchants doing that can actually be a detriment to their marketing campaigns? So let's jump into the popular coupon strategies here. So if you're an online merchant, you've likely used one of these strategies before, and you may have mixed and matched some of these, but these are typically the 4 most popular strategies that you'll see. The first one is the percentage discount, so 15% off the entire store, or spend $100 and receive $25 or 25% off. These are actually, like I said, probably one of the more common ones. Where I actually come in and some information that I would say is that thresholds are definitely an advantage. Setting something like a $100 threshold or a $75 threshold tends to lend a little bit more to your profits than something like just offering an entire 15% off. So you'll kind of have to measure your customers at that point and see which one they like the best. The same thing goes with the flat discounts. This may be easier for your buyers to equate their savings. If you tend to send out an email with a percentage discount, customers actually have to do the math, and sometimes there's a great terminology in e-commerce, and it's called "don't make me think." And it's one of those things where you can, if you say you're going to save $25 off the entire order, sometimes that just equates better to the merchant. So once again, you'll have to gauge your promotions to see which one works better for your clients, the percentage or the flat discounts. Then you have the buy one, get one free. And this is something that a lot of merchants tend to struggle with. And a lot of times it's based on their technology. So this can be a tricky promotion to manage because, you know, unlike a standard retail environment or a brick and mortar environment where someone can pick up a piece of merchandise and take that to the checkout with them, a shopping cart has to act a little bit smarter. It has to be able to automatically, you know, add that second piece of merchandise to the shopping cart on the fly. But this is definitely a very effective tool. The buy one, get one free is always something that people love. And you can use it to help increase the buying percentages for higher ticket items. So you'll see in the bullet point here, it says buy a snowboard and receive a free pair of gloves. The free pair of gloves is not going to break the bank, and the snowboard is a high-ticket item. So you can use that to actually build the exposure for those more expensive items. And then you have free shipping, and this is something that actually is teetering on the edge of being a promotion and a coupon nowadays. People are actually making this standard. I believe Macy's announced just recently that they're going to standardize free shipping for a lot of their online orders. So this is something that people obviously love because you're seeing such a ripple effect in how people are offering this. And you can tell by my third bullet point there the Think Zappos terminology that I use. Zappos is actually one of the companies that I think established a lot of this initially. If you've never purchased something from Zappos, what they typically do is when you buy a pair of shoes, they offer you free shipping. And then normally within a couple hours you receive an email, and in some cases they actually upgrade that shipping for free to second day. So you're buying shoes from Zappos and you may actually receive those shoes for free the next day. And that's something that builds your customer loyalty significantly. You know, personally I shop there all the time, and no matter what type of shoe I'm looking for, I go to Zappos first. So this is definitely something to think about. Obviously, you have to manage your profits and make sure that something like that would work for you, and maybe you can make it up in volume. But it is definitely an effective tool because, you know, shipping is the one thing that tends to stop people from making that online purchase. So these are some great strategies, and like I said, you'll have to gauge your customers to see which ones actually work for you. Now, here's some new strategies. I'm going to give you some visuals. I'm not going to just use bullet points like the previous one. I'm going to give you some visuals on these, and you know, some new strategies that people are working. First and foremost, it's still kind of teetering on the edge of new, but it's social networks. Utilizing places like Facebook and Twitter to send out promotions. Traditionally, you think marketing campaigns and coupons, you think email, but nowadays people are using Facebook and Twitter and having a significant effect with those types of promotions. Just a few numbers on Facebook, and I'm not really a statistics guy. I kind of look at percentages and whatnot and think, you know, who is actually putting those out. But I actually went right to Facebook and Twitter and got some of these stats. And you can see here that there's more than 500 million active users on Facebook now. So if you don't have a Facebook account, you know, you really need to consider doing that. You can see that, you know, 50% of the active users log on to Facebook in any given day. So, you know, there's 250 million people logging on every day into Facebook. The average user has 130 friends, and people spend over 70 billion minutes per month on Facebook. So, you know, someone actually, on average, if someone talks about your company or likes your company or shares a coupon on their Facebook profile, the average says that 130 people may see that advertisement, and that's something that's very effective. They're not likely to pass on a promotional email as they are, you know, sharing it on their profile. So it works out really well. Then you look at Twitter, which has 190 million visitors per month, and most of the Twitter users actually go there to consume data. So they don't actually go there to post tweets. They go there to see what other people are tweeting about. So this actually lends itself very well to online merchants, because if you're posting promotions on your Twitter account, you know, odds are people are going there looking for those promos. One of our customers, Cameron Hughes, wine. If you're a wine drinker and you haven't visited Cameron Hughes, I highly recommend it. But the reason I'm using them as an example is because they are at the forefront, I believe, of online marketing for the wine industry and definitely for really the retail industry in general. But you see they use a combination of Twitter and Facebook to send out promos. They'll actually strategize, and they'll send out coupons that only apply to Facebook users and Twitter users. And once again, those are the things that build loyalty and will increase your followers and your friends on Facebook and Twitter. So I definitely recommend those marketplaces. Then you can also look at the Woot effect. And if you're not familiar with Woot, Woot is a marketplace that offers it has one offer per day. It basically build a demand. So you can see here this heated fleece throw blanket was only $17.99, and it's actually sold out. So they only have so much of this product. So every day you will receive an email saying, this is today's promotion, click here to buy now. It's building that urgency with your customers to say, I got to get this deal right away. So it's the Woot effect, and creating demand is something that you should also consider as a strategy. Then you have the Groupon effect, which is similar to the Woot effect, but it utilizes a tipping point. And if you're not familiar with Groupon, what a tipping point is you can set a threshold. So customers are offering these significant discounts on merchandise, and they are saying for everyone to receive this discount, at least 100 people have to purchase. If you've done any research on Groupon, you know that it's rare if a threshold is not met. You can see this deal here down towards the left. 792 people purchased this promotion, and the tipping point was only 100. So this merchant, while they're discounting their profits significantly, they're maybe using this for other strategies, like just a customer acquisition tool can actually make up that difference in promotion. So utilizing something like Groupon or like Woot is always a good strategy, and people are really hot on this right now, so it's always something good to use. And then we have what we call target emails. And this is something I think a lot of merchants don't do. They don't send out specific emails to particular merchants. This is a little bit tougher to manage, but it is something that will have a better effect. So don't just email everyone the same promotion. If you have control over who you can email, target email certain customers. You can see one of our customers here, Bodine Bakery. They actually did a search for all customers who purchased in the last year, and they sent out an email just to those customers. This actually has a better effect. You'll see a higher conversion rate in your marketing campaigns if you can specify it to a user. Amazon is also an excellent example of this. When you purchase something from Amazon, they use that to send you related item promotional emails and whatnot throughout. As you continue to purchase with them, you'll continue to get those types of targeted emails. So if you can target customers, I highly, highly recommend that. And then shopping cart addendum. This is something that, an addendum or shopping cart message is something that we use here at Nexternal and the Nexternal merchants use, but it's just a way to let someone know they're close to receiving the deal. And you can see this here in this sample store, that this sample store is running a promotion that says, free ground shipping on $75 worth of merchandise. So if they order $65 worth of merchandise, you may want to let them know that they're close. They're close to $10. They only need to add $10 more to the shopping cart to receive that promotion. Once again, you may increase your profit margins by doing that. These promotions are good for you. Let people know that they're close to getting a deal. Odds are they're going to buy something that's going to be well worth that extra $10. So that's definitely a good strategy. Additionally, not everyone may see your coupons. So something like a coupon or a shopping cart addendum can let people know that there's a promotion going on. So it's a nice way to express those savings to your customers. And then utilizing pop culture. So this is something that everybody really should be using, because different coupons and different promotions will speak to different people. So the examples I use here are sports. So when the Super Bowl is going on, if you're selling food items, maybe you want to utilize the Super Bowl as a marketing campaign. Say, hey, this would be great for your Super Bowl party. You can, if you're in the fashion industry, you can talk about celebrities and what someone was wearing at the awards show last week. So you can then also talk about social events like political campaigns and whatnot. Those will have a better effect. And you can see here that the NFL knows that I'm a Seahawks fan here. I've purchased from them before, and I purchased Seahawks merchandise. So they're actually sending me targeted emails during the playoffs that pique my interest. Odds are I'm going to open this email if I know if it's Seahawks merchandise. If it's just a general email with general merchandise, I may be less likely to actually open that. They know that I'm a glutton for punishment as a Seahawks fan, and so they like to rub it in a little bit. So the next topic here is search engine optimization and coupons. And this is a relatively new concept to a lot of people, and you can still kind of say that the jury's out on how some of this works, but there's no denying that people do go to Google and they do search for the term coupon or Bing and search for the term coupon, and that there are merchants out there who are bidding and directing their pay-per-click advertising campaigns utilizing the term coupon. You can actually see this. I did an example last night. I typed in the word shoe coupons, and you can see here that Nike has a promotion that's directed around coupons, that term coupons. So this is something that that merchants can strategize. You can look at your business, look at your marketing campaigns, and see if you have a channel there as far as search engines are concerned to generate some traffic off of that term coupons. If you've been in the industry for a while and you're going to start to add up on these coupons, and that's something that kind of leads into the next topic here, which is to create a coupon-specific web page. I don't have an example of this, but what this would be is when you run a promotion or you have a coupon, create a web page that lists those coupons. Show your past promotions, even if they're expired. That could be even if you, let's say on your blog, if you're just publishing those promotions on your blog, that's something that can create content for the search engines to pick up on. So not only will your merchants be able to go there and look and say, oh, there's an active coupon here, it also creates content for the search engine to pick up on. A good example of this that I can think of off the top of my head is when you order pizza. I know when I'm on Domino's.com and I go to their website, I actually look at the specials and the promotion first. So that is something that will, you obviously have to have the resources to do that, but it's something that a lot of merchants don't do, and I think they should. Once again, it's at least for the search engine use possibility. And then consider using coupon websites. So if you're not familiar with some of these coupon websites, you can see there's a few. There's Retail Me Not, there's Coupon Cabin, there's all kinds of these websites out there that specifically publish coupons. You can actually see that. I'm going to jump back a few slides here. You can see that in that example I used for Google. So we typed in shoe coupons, and you'll see you obviously have your merchants here, but you'll notice there's advertisements for Coupon Album, Coupon Cabin, Retail Me Not. A lot of these companies will do the advertising for you. So if you list your coupons on Retail Me Not, odds are they're marketing to generate traffic to that site. So they can actually be a resource for you to list your coupons and get your coupons some exposure. All right, here. Okay, so let's get into some of the things that merchants do wrong that we feel. Now, before I get into this, there's exceptions for every rule, but in most cases, you can kind of look at these and say, yes, I have done this, or I am guilty of doing this. Now, the first one I think is the most important for any merchant, and that's not reviewing your profit points and your thresholds before you run a promotion. And I'm actually going to give you just a quick visual on that. Let's say your average order amount, including your shipping cost, is around $75. Well, the last thing you want to do is give free shipping on orders above $50. You're basically undercutting your average order price for a promotion where you're actually going to lose some profits. So you need to look at your profit points. You need to look at your average sale price, and you need to set your promotions based on that. So what you do want to do is give free shipping on orders above, let's say, $100. So not only are you covering your margins, but you're actually increasing your average order price. You're using this campaign to actually generate more profit. A lot of times customers look at promotions and coupons and they think they're going to have to lose money to generate that traffic. Well, if your average order price is $75 and you can increase that to $100 while just offering something like, let's say, free shipping, odds are your profit margins are going to go up there. So the second one is not having a specific goal in mind. The last thing you want to do is send out a marketing campaign and not really establish what the goal is. And that can be, the goals can actually vary significantly. Ask yourself, what are you trying to do with this campaign? Are you trying to just increase more views to the website? Are you trying to increase exposure for a specific product line? Are you trying to liquidate some inventory? Or are you just trying to get customer acquisition? All of those topics can actually be, whatever your goal is, you may have a different email strategy for that. For example, if you're just trying to increase customer base, then something like a Groupon effect where you're taking less profit would be a good market. You can reduce your profit margins to actually just increase that customer base who's going to keep coming back to you over and over again. The third one we have is bad email timing. I think this is something that every merchant is guilty of, especially if you're new to the industry, is that you can miss time an email campaign. So I'll use a specific example. When I was in the industry, I had a retail golf website, and my most successful times to send out marketing campaigns were first thing Monday morning. The reason for that was because my customers were golfers, and a majority of golfers golfed on the weekend. And they went out, they had a bad game, they couldn't hit their driver, or they lost golf balls, or they broke a club over their knee. They were coming in first thing Monday morning, and they were shopping for that new club or those extra golf balls. So for me, Monday morning, first thing, was the best time to send out an email. If I sent it out Friday afternoon, odds are people were not going to see that, and then on Monday morning it was going to get lost in the wash with all the other emails they received. So you need to gauge your customers. Find out what your peak times are. Use that to your advantage. See when people are purchasing, and send out your emails in coordination with that. You can also use that to increase. So look at your off times. Can you use an email marketing campaign to increase sales during off moments? Okay. The other one is over-emailing, and once again, I think every merchant at one time or another may be guilty of this, but you can send too many emails to your customers. The reason you can do that is, the reason that comes into play is because you reduce the urgency to buy. If I know that I'm going to get an email from you every day or every other day or once a week, if I can predict that, that lends me to pass up that email you just sent. I know that, I'll get to that email later. I know they're going to send me another one next week. So if you want to build that call to action and that demand and that urgency, don't over-email your customers. Once again, some industries, they do want to have an email every day. So obviously you have to gauge your customers and see what's working well there, and look at your conversions and whatnot. Now, some of these are just basics, like not having an unsubscribed and mailing address on your email. This is something that is actually becoming, CAN spam laws and those sort of things actually police a lot of this, but merchants still make that mistake. The one big factor here is if, certain internet service providers, if they see that you don't have opt-outs or your mailing address on an email, they can actually block your email. So the last thing you want to do is send out an email that goes to 5,000 AOL customers, and then AOL puts you on their blacklist. So you don't want to be blocked from them because once you get on there, there's really no getting off. So make sure you have the core information as far as your mailing address and an unsubscribed option on all your email campaigns. The next one is not tracking your results. So it's really that throwing an email out there and not seeing if it's what's your open rates and your click-through rates and your conversion rates. If you're not tracking those results, how do you gauge the next campaign? I realize that a lot of merchants, especially small merchants, are inundated with day-to-day operations, and they just want to run a promotion and get traffic. Well, you can really be throwing money away doing that. So start tracking your results. If your shopping cart doesn't provide information to track results, here at Nexternal we have some good tools for that. You can also use Google Analytics. Google Analytics has some specific URLs and tags that you can add to those URLs that will actually track marketing campaigns. So you can use those for pay-per-click advertising and whatnot as well. But yes, you definitely want to gauge your results and see what's working, what's not working. That way you're not wasting money on campaigns that are ineffective. The next thing is sending the coupon as an actual link and not just a coupon code. And I think a lot of merchants make this mistake as they say, during checkout, enter the code 10%. Well, you're requiring, once again, you're requiring that the customer think about that during the checkout process, and you're going to see a lower conversion rate, I think, if you do that. If it's a clickable, click here to save now, it automatically triggers the coupon. That coupon's in their shopping cart, and they can continue to shop. That's going to be much more effective than having them have to enter in an actual coupon code. And then these last two are just pretty basic options. You may want to give the customer the ability to remove the coupon from the checkout. It sounds weird, but maybe someone doesn't want that buy one get one free promotion, so they need to remove that. So let's say maybe they qualify even for an older coupon that they're trying to use. So you obviously want to have an option for them to remove that coupon from the cart. And then in some cases you may want to remove your coupon box altogether. You may not want merchants to see that you do have coupons. One scenario where this can have a negative effect is, let's say you have a customer who's been purchasing from you for 5 to 10 years, and they see that there's a coupon box there. Well, if you didn't send that coupon to that customer, they could take offense to that. They've been purchasing from you for years. Why don't they get a discount? So, you obviously have to gauge your customers, and that may not come into play, but it is something to think about. That's something that can really turn certain customers off. Now we have some specific promotional features here at Nexternal. A lot of these are specific to us. We got a lot of feedback from our customers on how we should be running promotions, and we continue to evolve as a company to add certain features. And I've thrown in some visuals on some of these features here that I'll show you. But you can also, we can see some of these in effect. We have a demonstration account that has a lot of these tools built in. So after the fact, once again, if you'd like to see some of this in action, just let me know. But the first one is the automatic add to cart triggers. And this goes back to that buy one, get one free. And you'll notice in the shopping cart, if you run a promotion that says, order over $100 and receive a free golf towel, you want that golf towel to automatically be in the shopping cart, or at least to be added to the shopping cart when you spend over $100. That way the customer doesn't spend over $100, then they have to go looking and navigating your website for that towel to add it to the shopping cart. They can actually get that item added to the cart automatically, and here at Nexternal we give our customers the ability to do that. The second thing is coupon sharing. So if coupons are not exclusive to customer types, let's say your business customers or preferred members, then you want to give them the ability to share that product that coupon as easy as possible. We do that by integrating Facebook and Twitter into the coupon activation messages. So when someone activates a coupon, it obviously will display the coupon information, but they can also easily tweet or like that coupon, which will then publish that to their Facebook profile automatically. So this is a good way to get that word of mouth advertising on a killer deal that you're offering on your website. Third one here is the related products upsell, and this is pretty common in the industry. anybody who's selling online will have, people who purchase this particular product also purchase these two products. That's pretty standard. But the way that we do it here at Nexternal, we give our merchants the ability to set up a message that when the checkout process starts, so when someone clicks the checkout button, they can actually activate a pop-up with those related items. So not only are we putting it on the product page, but we're also saying, oh wait, did you forget these two items? You may be interested in these two items because you have this one particular item in the cart. So you can set up these type of dynamic messaging systems that'll try to get the customer before they start heading out the door. The next one is the shopping cart addendum. Now we touched on this earlier, but it's adding in that message. So you can use that to emphasize your promotions, let people know when they're getting close. In the wine industry, it's big. If you order 7 bottles, they tell you, look, order 5 more bottles and receive free shipping or receive a 20% discount. That's an effective tool. It's something that works out really, really well for our clients. The other one is built-in social sale tools. Now, one of the great things about Groupon is that it obviously speaks to a significant audience. They have a lot of customers they're sending it to. The disadvantage to using a Woot or a Groupon is you have to significantly decrease your profits. You saw the one promotion that I showed earlier. They were actually, it was a 50% discount. Now they also have to pay a commission to Groupon. So in some cases you could be cutting your costs, or excuse me, your profits by 50, 60, 60% just to get those clients. Well, here at Nexternal, we offer our clients kind of a built-in Groupon tool. So when you create a coupon, you can actually set up time-based promotions. So you can say, you can, in a sense, run your own Groupon for your customers. And you can see this here. This Callaway golf ball is $15. It's regular $25. You're running the same type of promotion, but you're not killing yourself on profit margins here. So it's a new feature that we've entered into the system, that we've released, and it's something that has a lot of potential. And once again, if you're directing these target emails to your customers, you're going to see a pretty good conversion rates on these types of promotions. And then the last one is post-order sharing. And what this is this allows, and you can see there the share your order button on Facebook and Twitter. This allows merchants, buyers, when they're done purchasing, they can actually share that order on their Facebook or Twitter profile. So what happens normally is someone goes to a website, they purchase an iPod, and then they go to their Facebook profile and they say, hey, I just purchased this iPod. Well, they're not technically advertising for you at that point. They're just basically saying they purchased an iPod. With the Nexternal system, you have this ability to automatically share the order, which will actually post a logo and a link back to that product on their Facebook profile. So it has more of an advertising approach to it than just letting the customer try to publish that themselves. So once again, the post-order sharing feature is something that a lot of merchants use, and it's a nice, effective tool for social networking. Now, I mentioned Cameron Hughes earlier. They're actually a personal client of mine. They do a great job of marketing online. So if you want to see some good examples of utilizing some of the new and the old techniques, they also utilize a lot of video, which is effective. Take a look at ch1.com. Once again, they do a great job, and you can even order a couple bottles of wine. It makes doing research that much easier.
If you have any questions, or if I can show you specific examples, please feel free to contact me at 1-800-914-6161 extension 228, or email me at tnunez@nexternal.com. Thank you for taking the time to review our webinar on coupons and promotions, and happy selling.